The Right Side with Doug Billings.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my show, The Right Side. I'm Doug Billings. Thanks for being here across the planet, across the republic. Last weekend, we saw AmericaFest in Phoenix, Arizona. Did you watch it? Did you see pieces of it? Look, I love Turning Point USA. I really do. I feel very sorry for Erika Kirk and her loss after the assassination of her husband, Charlie. I love Charlie Kirk. I had the opportunity to meet him one time during the Reawaken America tour. Spoke from the same stage as he did, and I've seen many of these AmericaFests, and I'm a supporter. What can I say? I love what they do with college kids, college campuses around the country, the conservative message that they promote, family values, Christian heritage of the country. Charlie built something incredible, and it was really a rocket booster for the entire conservative movement. And it came, Charlie did, and the movement that he created at the time when we really needed it the most. But what I watched last weekend in Phoenix wasn't a rocket booster. It was a circular firing squad. And it happened in front of approximately 20 to 30,000 young people in that auditorium. And it's not what we need. Not blaming Turning Point. I'm blaming the speakers. Ben Shapiro's up there for 20 minutes torching Tucker Carlson, calling him a performance artist who platforms anti-Semites and gropers, okay? All right, whatever. Tucker the very next night smirking from the stage, saying that the Daily Wire crowd are just jealous because they can't get anything done unless they have a teleprompter in front of them. Candace Owens, who knows where she is, probably at home in the studio. She was tweeting, posting live tweets that Charlie would be ashamed of what TPUSA has become. And we saw grown adults who should be united against our common foe, liberalism, people who have the most abhorrent plans for America and our people and our children, the radical liberal movement that will try to chemically castrate your children or surgically remove their body parts because of the myth of transgenderism, for example. Transgenderism doesn't exist. There are two genders, period, end of story. Anything else is a mental disorder. We should have been united against Venezuela and their death squads that have been shipped up here during the open border crisis, thanks to Administrator Biden and Vice Pretender Harris. But instead, we get 4 days of publicly ripping each other and behaving like it was some sort of a Jerry Springer episode on steroids. And the worst part is the kids ate it up in the audience. They were actually cheering. It was a blood sport because that's what we've trained an entire generation of kids to do. Real drama, real rewards for clicks, real grifting available. Just all you need is a platform, a microphone, and boom, there you're off to the races. But enough is enough. Enough clickbait in substitution for credibility, and enough circular firing squads firing at each other in the conservative movement. If Turning Point USA wants AmericaFest to remain the premier conservative gathering in the country, they've got to radically overhaul the entire thing for 2026. The other option is that somebody else starts a better conference, and TPUSA will be yesterday's meme. Maybe I ought to restart mine, ladies and gentlemen, the Determined Patriotism Conference. I used to do quite a few of those in the last 5 years. We did quite a few. Draws good crowds. See, the thing about it is these things should definitely motivate. So, yeah, there's a certain pep rally atmosphere that should be there because we do need to motivate one another. We also need to educate, and we need to be united with our public facing. The non-negotiable blueprint for a remake of TPUSA is this, and I'm going to outline some steps. First of all, every single speaker must be united and pledge to one another that they will not attack each other from that stage. We must be united. You attack another conservative by name, from that stage, you're escorted out by security live on television. No exceptions, no appeals. You're done. You want to call somebody a grifter? You want to call them some sort of a Zionist or a racist or a controlled opposition, whatever. Take it to your own podcast. Take it to your own Substack. Feel free. Go right ahead. But don't do it on that stage. Not on Charlie's stage. That stage in many ways is sacred ground now, and we just let it turn into, last weekend, it turned into Thunderdome. The second step, blow up the speakers list, please. We do not need Shapiro and Benny and Tucker and Posobiec and Megan and Candace, Bannon, Vivek, Walsh. We don't need them 6 years in a row. Thank you very much. I love every one of those people. Candace has gotten a little kooky, still have a lot of love for her. But collectively, they have become an echo chamber of the same 10 faces or so, and they already have 30 million followers or whatever. Give me a mom who has gone before the school boards in her county and read the pornographic books that are in the libraries and classrooms in America classrooms. Give me the precinct captain in Macomb County, Michigan, who flipped the county red for the first time since Reagan. Give me the hosts where I work at the Real Talk Radio Network. Look up any one of the hosts, me included. The regime actually tried to silence us. And of course, I mean the liberal regime. Give us fresh blood. Give us new heroes. Give us people who still have scars on their backs from the real threat, the real fight. The third step, moderated panels with a hard clock and a hard stop, a literal hook, like the old vaudeville days that just pulls you off stage when time's up, or if you go negative. You go negative on another conservative, the moderator hits the red button, a red light flashes, and an Elon Musk team engineered hook pulls you right off the stage. And we move on. Number 4, the fourth step. Every single day has to end with a mandatory fire outward session. Fire outward, the last thing of each day. Fire outward at the Commu Socialist, formerly known as Democrat Party. Fire outward at the deep state. Fire outward at the rhinos who continually plague us. Fire outward at the immigration issues, the vaccine issues, the transagenda issues, the censorship cartel, the death panels they have up in Canada, where they are convincing and coercing people into assisted suicide so that they can harvest their organs. Fire outward at that. But you do not attack the guy sitting next to you on that panel. You fire outward, or else you don't get the mic. Because here's the brutal reality, ladies and gentlemen. The radical left, I can tell you, is not taking weekends off and to argue about who sat down with Nick Fuentes this year. They're in closed-door meetings right now, strategizing. A lot of things they're strategizing about. How to inflict more chaos in America. How to pack the Supreme Court. How to eliminate the Electoral College. How to give amnesty to 20 million illegal immigrants who they let in the country. Not just so that they could deepen their own bench and try to let those people become part of their electoral base, which was certainly part of the plan, but because those people who they let in the border, they're hoping that there are so many people that come in here that they dilute, if not erase, the entire identity of the American culture. And we're wasting ammunition measuring each other's purity while Rome burns. Charlie Kirk, the man who gave everything to build a movement that would save this country. And at the very first AmericaFest after his passing, we turned his legacy in that event into a public food fight, basically. We can fix it. We have to fix it. Because if AmericaFest becomes just another influencer ego fest, the kids are going to stop showing up, the donors are going to stop giving money, and the left will laugh all the way to the fundamental transformation of America that they've been promising their side. And that fundamental transformation of America was the call from their dark messiah, Barack Obama. You remember, they made it sound like a pleasant campaign slogan. America must be fundamentally transformed. Well, that's complete BS. America was inspired by God. Our founding documents inspired by God and written by men. America does not need to be fundamentally transformed away from that. But that's what Obama and the radical left commune socialist, formerly known as Democrat Party, wants to do. So here's my message, my heartfelt message to the Turning Point leadership team. You got 1 year until the next event, right? Change the format, change the lineup, refine or redefine the purpose of the gathering, or watch somebody else build an event that's actually uniting the right side and fires outward. And it's not about feelings, not one bit. It's about survival. Charlie built AmericaFest to be the tip of the spear. The tip of the spear to fire outward at radical liberalism. Right now, it's the handle we're using to stab ourselves. So let's honor his legacy the right way in 2026. Lock arms, load up, fire outward together, my friends. Outward together. That's the only way we win. We engage in determined patriotism, the hard work of recovering the republic back to the divine providence of God and the intent of the founding fathers. And we meet in determined prayer. Those are my thoughts on what we saw over last weekend at the AmericaFest. I hope they resonate with you, and they've got a lot of work to do over there. I'm at their service if they need me. In the meantime, please, ladies and gentlemen, stop over at YouTube and subscribe to my channel at The Right Side Doug Billings on YouTube, at The Right Side Doug Billings. On X, on Truth Social, at Doug Billings. Find me on Facebook, The Right Side with Doug Billings. If you want a personal message, book me on Cameo. Happy to do that for you. We are in this thing together, ladies and gentlemen. I mean that. We really are. For the Republic. God bless you. Cheers.
The Right Side with Doug Billings.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the set of my show, Doug Billings. Hey, my good friends at EMP Shield, that's electromagnetic pulse, in case you're from Raytown, Missouri. Electromagnetic pulse could wipe out your home electrical system, could wipe out your vehicle. And thanks to the radical liberal agenda that was put forth under Administrator Biden and Vice Pretender Harris, there are lots of people in this country who want to do us harm. And maybe an EMP device would be their chosen weapon. But EMP Shield gives you a device that can protect you. This little baby here goes on your home outlets, a computer, a router, whatever you want to protect. And then they also have a larger model like this. You can still hold it in the palm of your hand that goes on your vehicle battery so that you can get out of trouble from point A to point B. EMPshield.com. Promo code Doug, ladies and gentlemen. Save yourself. Save your property. EMPshield.com. Promo code Doug. We're in this together, folks. Believe it. For the Republic. Cheers.
The Right Side with Doug Billings.